Good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good
You're
now.
outside the game.
Oh yes, we go to because although I am a Christian, but
Yeah.
my father-in-law and mother-in-law they are not Christian. They go to the
Qingming.
Qingming. Yeah,
Qingming.
Qingming. Yeah, Qingming.
Yeah. So what do you are you go? Did you go with them
I go
or?
with them. I go with them. Yeah, yeah.
So does that mean that you have maybe you still have your parents, right?
No, I don't have parents. My father and
Not anymore. Okay.
mother-in-law. My father and mother-in-law. Yes.
Your mother-in-law and father-in-law. So they have
They have
ancestors or relatives that they want to
they
visit.
they have this mean my white grandfather and grandmother
Right.
in the funeral. Yeah, yeah.
Not funeral. No, cemetery is right.
Cemetery in the cemetery.
The funeral is the day when you say to people.
Yes, yeah.
The cemetery is the place where they are
cemetery, yeah.
put to rest.
Yeah.
So where is that? Where's the
卧合
cemetery?
石，卧合石
I don't know where that is. No
Yes,
idea.
相水
Oh, it's quite far away then.
quite far away, yeah.
So have you been there already, or you're going after this?
Already we finished to memorize the grandparents of my wife. Yeah, yeah.
Not memorize. Memorize is not the right word. To remember them.
Remember them. Yeah. You remember them.
Memorize is what you do, like for example, with a poem
Mm.
or a song.
Mm.
Like when you sing songs, you memorize the words, right?
Mm.
But this word is you just say to remember them.
Mm.
But actually, in English, we have another way to say, which is that we say to pay our respects to them.
Okay. So in English,
Or, you know,
will
for
you
example,
go
when
to
somebody is
will you go to your parents' cemetery regularly?
Well, my mum doesn't have one because we spread the ashes for my mum in a particular area. We just put the ashes out. We don't really feel that we need a place. You know, we just have an area that we put the ashes. With my father wasn't cremated. You know what cremated means? Cremated means burned. Body is burned, and you end up with the ashes.
Okay.
But my father wasn't cremated. My father was buried. And yes, I have, but it's a bit difficult now because my father was buried in the village where my grandmother lived. And so actually, since my grandfather and grandmother passed away, I don't really have any reason to go there apart from to visit my father's grave. And my father died it was a long time ago, you know, it's, what is it, 32 or 33 years ago.
So you were studying
yeah,
secondary school? Were you
Yeah, I was
studying?
studying
Yes. Okay.
So actually, you know, it's already a long time. It's
Yeah.
not, I don't keep it
Really?
up regularly. to
Me
be
too.
honest.
My father was dead in 1992. I was 17 years old. My father.
1992, you were
1992. My father was dead in 1992. I
Right.
think
What
you.
was that? He died. Died in.
But I think your father several years before my father.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 1987 if you say when you were studying second
86.
86.
You know, you must be right. 87. No, I think it was
87 years, and my father 1992, and my mother was dead. Was died in 1997. In 1997, my mother.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, how-
That's the same
when-
year that my
when-
mother died.
When did your
My
mother?
mother also died.
1990,
1997.
1997. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. They were in United Kingdom?
Yes, both of them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
My mother came to visit me in Hong Kong in July 1997 at the time of the handover, and then she died not too long after that, I think.
Yeah. What were the reasons? The cancer?
A bit complicated, to be honest.
Yeah.
A bit complicated.
My parents, they were died because of cancer. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, both were cancer. I think your mother, I just guess, don't mind. I think she was not died of cancer because she came with you to Hong Kong. So she still had the physical energy to travel from United Kingdom to Hong Kong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know because both of my parents, they have cancer, even though they were not suffering for a long time. 1 year my father discovered this cancer in 1919 and suffering 2 years pain and passed away. 2 years, suffer 2 years. And my mother 3 years, okay. Not quite long time because a lot of cancer patients, very terrible. Long time suffering, suffering for 10 years, 20 years, and cannot die and cannot get, okay, if she or he, if the patients have cancer, cannot pass away, can you recover? If he or she can recover, that's fine. You understand? That's fine. Yet he has cancer, he cannot die. If he or she can recover, good. Recover 75% physical quality good, but some cannot die and cannot recover 10 years, 15 years.
You suggest, yeah.
Yeah, very painful, yeah. And both my parents, one is 2 years, one is 3 years. Not very long and not very short. It is still lucky, I can say. I don't know to you which word, but still lucky because just 2 years and 3 years. Yeah. Okay, fine. Can we go to the emails? Yes.
Sure, we can. Can I just ask you one question I'm curious about?
Yes.
If you don't mind me asking, why did you not visit you, like today is the traditional day for Chinese people, but you go with your wife's family. But how about your family?
My family, because because my elder brothers, Gin Sheng and Shi Sheng, okay, they are Christian. And me too. They are deep Christian. And in their heart, of course, me too. If we trust God only. I think you remember, I always, when you educate my defining cause and non-defining cause, I always say, okay, my elder brother, Jin Sheng, who live in Pin Shui Wai, and another, the second younger elder brother, Ji Sheng, live in Chu Mun. They are deep Christian. And
so that means they don't really celebrate Qingming.
Yeah, they don't celebrate anyone who passed away, includes parents. Yeah, they think they have contradiction with the God. Yeah, they trust God only. Yeah, and I am not a deep Christian. I am a Christian, but I am not extreme. I'm not extreme. Yeah.
Actually, the word deep is not really right. You should use the word devout. Devout is the word. Do you know this word? I think it's spelled like this. Devout. like that in the chat box.
Okay, yeah. How about this deep Christian? Is this correct word? Deep, not
Devout.
devout. They are devoutist Christian. They trust God only. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, no worries. So thank you for sharing. It's nice to hear, you know, a little bit of a different story. Let's have a look at your emails, because I know we're just going to have a short class today, right?
Yes. Thanks.
Anyway, actually, honestly, I don't think it would take us very long, because in these two emails, you just have a few consistent mistakes that keep the same thing that you've made a mistake with. It's just again and again.
Yes.
Because you have quite a lot of similar bits. Each bit is the same, basically. You
Yes.
just have different types of documents and things you talk about, and then the same requests for each one. So actually, you just have the same few mistakes that just keep coming up. So we just fix the mistakes and you can see it, okay? So the first one, the set of documents, I don't think it should be of, I think it should be for. I guess that Invill 1686, is that an invoice or what is that? That's
Invoice,
a case number?
Invoice, yeah.
Okay. I think this of should be for.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, there are times that of and for are sometimes interchangeable, but quite often it just seems more appropriate to use one than the other. In this case, this is a set of documents for this case or this invoice, yeah? So then you've got we select invoice. I think it should be have selected.
Okay.
Because it's not always, it's not present simple always, it should be present perfect. One case that in this case we have selected this invoice
Yes.
as the sample, right?
Yes.
Now I also want to point out to you that here you have invoice number 1686, and that's correct, but sometimes later when you put an invoice number you write the invoice number, and so you have some inconsistency there. When you write the invoice, it refers to one specific invoice.
Yeah, specific invoice. This specific invoice, yeah.
The.
Yeah.
It's already specified with the number, so we don't write the in front of it.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like if I talk about the bus, or I talk about bus number 11, then it's not the bus number 11, it's just bus number 11. You see what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. The same if I said, for example, the tax team. But if I said, for example, team A, then I wouldn't say the team A. Do you see what I mean? So it works in the same way when you talk about teams or departments or something like that. Yeah. Okay. The next one, the date of purchase order. So here you have a noun. In fact, this one should be the in front of purchase order. And then you've got, please revise the purchase order earlier than. I don't think that's what you mean, because that means that you must revise it before the 15th. But I think you mean that it should be revised so that the date is before the 15th.
Yes,
Is that
before.
right?
Yes, right,
Do you
right.
see the difference? At the moment, what it says is that you are asking the person to revise the purchase order before the 15th. That doesn't mean change the date, that means do the revision before the 15th. So you can add in here something like to make it, or to make the date. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
So you just add that little bit in there to make the date earlier than, yeah? Okay, and then you have this thing that is quite common in here, it seems. You have arrange Mr. Do to sign this. You just add one word, arrange for. We don't really arrange a person to do something. We arrange an event, or we organize arrange something. But if you arrange someone, then you arrange for this person to do something. Okay? The next thing, we have quite a few of those coming up in a minute. Then C, we have Mr. Juicer signed PO. Again, I think it should be the PO. Because when you have a noun, usually, unless you're talking generally about things, you must have a or an or the or one or two or this or that or the above, or you have a number. There should be something that goes with a noun, right? The only time that we don't put anything in front of a noun or with the noun is when we're talking generally. For example, about purchase orders generally. So in this case it should be the. So again, the next one, it should be Mr. Doe signed the PO. What was it? Okay. Sorry, I can't remember why I highlighted that one. Never mind. Okay, then here, who had prepared and reviewed the PO before they signed? By the way, this is your writing, right? So I guess that here you've used the present perfect because you paid attention to what I taught you before about the past perfect, past perfect tense. That's correct. However, it's not really necessary to use had here.
But I have two events. I want to mention the second event is someone cited. Before someone cited, we have Mr. B cited, the senior cited, the junior prepared. I want to say two events.
It was the junior, yeah, I know, I understand the point. Now, I totally understand why you've used the past perfect. It's not really wrong, but the thing is that if the past simple is good enough,
it's good enough.
Okay. The past simple. And in this case, you see I've underlined before they sign. So that means that the time is specified and that time is finished. So that means past simple is correct. And we use the past perfect to emphasize that one action had already happened before another action.
Yes, sir.
But if we say, who did this before this happened, then the past simple is fine here.
It's fine. It's adequate. It's enough. It's fair enough. Okay.
It seems a bit clumsy to use the past perfect here.
Okay.
Then you have, please add the star. Now again, this is something that keeps coming up, so we'll find the next one's much easier. So you've got add the star to prepare. I don't think you mean to prepare. I think you mean who prepared. And the senior staff who reviewed. Not to, but you need to use the relative clause to define which staff you're talking about. Yeah? Also, it should be the PO. And then here, I think you should probably add the staff member, and also I would put the name of the staff member who prepared it. Maybe you could put prepared it. And I'm sorry, it's a bit longer, but like this. And the name of the senior staff member who reviewed the PEO. So it's a little bit longer because we need the name of, it's not add the staff, you're adding the name of the staff. And also, we can't count staff, we can only count staff members. Do you see?
Yes.
When you say the staff, that means all of the employees who work in a particular organization. That's the staff. But we can't say the staff to refer to one person. Not correct. It must be the member of staff or the staff member. Okay? Then the next thing, issued, okay, what did I call it? Purchase order of this. Oh, issued, I know. This is correct, but I would suggest you make it a full relative clause. So use that was it's not really necessary, but I feel in this case it does make it a little bit clearer. Sorry, I've highlighted something, I can't remember. Is it the... Oh, I know what. You have a clause here, which is inserted. You have, please prepare and provide this, that was issued to the supplier, comma, and then this is an inserted clause. This part here is added in, right? And then you need the comma, and then you go back to your original sentence. You see what I mean?
I know.
So you should separate that with commas. Also, you forgot your full stop at the end. Have you already sent this?
Not yet. This one not yet.
Do it tomorrow, right? Okay, alright, so it's good that we tidy up some things. You know how to easily get rid of the underline and the highlight, right? I think you know, yeah? The form, is that easy for you?
Yes, easy,
I mean,
easy. Yes, easy for me.
You know how to do this, right? You just, no color, right? You know how to do that, don't you? Okay, good. All right. Okay, so then we have the other point at number 2, as, same as. Do you remember that? So you shouldn't use as, same as. You can say as with what? Please add again the name of the staff member who and I think you're talking about the past, right? Prepared.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And then maybe we need it. Prepare the PO. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Prepare the PO.
And the name of the senior staff member who reviewed. Then the second time you can put it. Okay, I see. Like this. Then we move the figure over to here. Is that right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so does that mean we need to fix this? Okay, then the same thing, we should do the same over here. And then we put the it over here. Okay, alright, that's fine. And then here, again, this arrange for, add in for there, arrange for the top management, okay. Or choose it to sign. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Then, just the next paragraph, sometimes you write a request, would you please, but you forget to put a question mark at the end. Yeah? So just don't forget when you make a request. The versions of the, is it the versions or is it the revised versions, the attached versions, the
He
current
sent me
version?
the current version. He sent me the current version not updated.
Okay.
I need him to
when
update.
You said the versions, I wasn't sure which versions you're talking about. I think the current version.
The current version, yes, the current version, yes.
Okay. Then again, you've got would you please, but you don't have any question mark. So I suggest that maybe you can put the question mark here, and then you put the C attachment afterwards. Yeah. Revise the total selling price. Shouldn't be into. It should be just to.
Okay.
And again, the total cost to. Don't revise something into something. If you, like, for example, you could include one figure in another figure, or move some information into a separate document or something like that. But here you are just revising one figure to another figure, right? So it should be two. What's this tire here?
Tire means the numbers cannot
Must match?
not reconcile. Yeah, yeah. The current
So I
version. Yeah.
I wasn't sure about this. I tried to look it up, see if
Mm.
there was a special meaning in accounting, but I couldn't find it.
Mm.
I guess it's not a word that we use in daily English, but you use it in
Really?
the accounting field. Is
Really?
that right?
In daily English, do not have this word. You mean Thai?
Well, normally tire means that you become tired.
Become tired. Oh, okay, very tired. You mean?
Yeah, but I tried to look. I don't know. Let me see
Really?
if I can check
Oh, really?
one more time. I really
Maybe
couldn't
this is
find-
Cantonese English. We also say Thai so Thai so We say Thai so Thai figures.
I'm trying to find. I can't find
Really?
higher accounting system.
Okay.
But I can't find any reference
Really?
to use.
I
Maybe.
Okay, I speak Cantonese with you 唔太數唔太數數 mean
No.
太數
Sorry.
Thai we say Thai TIRE 唔
Yeah.
you understand
Maybe it's right.
you
Maybe it's right. But
I think this is the Cantonese English maybe Cantonese English yeah
So how about match? How
match
about just
I think
saying
match is okay
Yeah.
so you mean you do not use Thai to speak in English
Maybe. So maybe we. You see, maybe we do in accounting that I don't know
Okay.
about. But certainly in layman's English,
Oh,
meaning
okay.
like basic
Really?
what we use in daily
Really?
English.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard that.
I think
Maybe
this is not only accounting, it's the Cantonese accounting.
See, there's a word like this. You can have tie in.
Okay, yes, okay. I think tie in with in Cantonese English, we want to present tie in with, but in Hong Kong we just say 唔太數咯，唔太數。
Maybe
Yeah.
it's tie in with. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that tie in with has exactly the same meaning as match. Not quite the same.
Okay, understand.
I would just use match if I were you. Okay, then you've got as, same as,